Over the past 7 years, I've produced and released close to 400 pieces of music, sold tens of thousands of dollars worth of beats online. I've run Instagram and Facebook ad campaigns for artists and small business owners. I launched a webinar where I sold a course to independent artists, helping them achieve higher streams on Spotify. I've written and self-published 2 books, and I've recorded, edited, distributed probably somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 videos across social media. And if there's one thing that I learned through all of it, the internet is not just a place to create. It's one of the greatest wealth building tools that exists if you know how to use it. So in this video, I want to share how I've been building my digital empire to create multiple streams of income that constantly work for me, whether I'm awake or sleeping, here in New York or traveling. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to build your own digital empire. So stick around. Most people use the internet to share memes, binge watch YouTube videos, and scroll on TikTok. But the real power of the internet lies in your ability to use it as a tool to create and distribute your own digital products and value into the marketplace rather than consuming content all day, which is honestly what most people do. We all scroll on TikTok and Instagram. We all binge watch YouTube videos. There's no shortage of podcasts out there. But when you can really understand the power of systemizing your approach to creating things that are valuable to people and putting these systems in place so that you can not only create great quality content, but you can do it at scale around topics that you're interested in, whether it's video games, cooking, skateboarding, business, philosophy, the list goes on and on. You can literally build an entire business around something that you're interested in, as nuanced as it is. In fact, the more nuanced it is, the better off you probably are, because there's 9 billion people out there and over 6 billion of them have access to the internet, which means that even if there's only 10 or 20,000 people in the whole world that are interested in the exact same things that you're interested in, all you have to do is create content about that topic and put it out there, and it will find people and people will find it. These algorithms are very intelligent, and as long as you are making content that people want to watch, it's going to find them. The truth is that most people are so stuck consuming because there is so much content out there that is fighting for your attention every second of the day that they never end up actually creating something and putting it out there. Attention is the oil of this generation, and all of these different apps, all of these different influencers, and all of these different businesses are constantly drilling for that attention. Even right now, you're watching this video, and I'm no different. I'm doing that right now. But when you can switch your mentality from creating and detaching from the outcome and just putting it out there, now all of a sudden, you start going from someone who is dopamine deprived and depressed and anxious like I was, to someone that's actually in the arena and building some momentum and building a brand and starting to create an audience and an ecosystem. Because that's what a digital empire is at the end of the day. It's just an ecosystem that you cultivate. And not every video, not every book, not every post has to be a winner. And guess what? It's not going to be. There's still videos that I post that get 4 views, 7 views, 12 views. Does that stop me from creating and posting? Fuck no. Because every once in a while, I'll get a comment from someone that is so grateful for a certain video that I posted, or I'll check my analytics and I'll see that I sold a book, or I'll check my YouTube revenue and see that I'm still getting paid for videos that I made months or even years ago. But you just have to get started. And the thing is, most people don't procrastinate because they're afraid of failure. They're afraid of success. They're afraid of what their friends are going to think when they start seeing them getting momentum, and they're afraid of the light. They're afraid of being exposed for who they really are. But if you're honest and you put out content showing the world what you're interested in and explaining your unique perspective on it, you will find your tribe and they will find you. The real trick is to get comfortable putting out content and putting out content and putting out more content and not seeing any type of results from it. It took Mr. Beast 7 years to get more than 1,000 views on one of his YouTube videos. 7 years. And you're complaining because you posted 3 videos and you didn't get 1 million views? Once you understand that the game is a marathon that you have to look at over the course of 10, 15 years instead of trying to get rich in 90 days, then you'll stop getting depressed and burnt out because you're not seeing massive results when you haven't taken massive action. The man who does more than he is paid for will soon be paid for more than he does. Success is cumulative. So every tiny step that you make, every piece of content that you post, every digital product that you experiment with is a stepping stone to creating this digital empire. And anyone that you see that is killing it right now, that has 100,000 subscribers, 1,000,000 subscribers, doing $100,000 a month, $1 million a month, they have gone through these seasons that sometimes lasted years where they could barely afford to pay rent, couldn't make payroll, many went through bankruptcy, but anyone that's done anything great has gone through this. I'm going through it right now. With all the things that I've created and all of the success that I've had up to this point, I still feel like I'm starting at ground zero. I still have multiple months in a row where I lose money when I'm launching a new product, developing a new content strategy, or building a new brand, or starting a new partnership with somebody. This is the nature of being creative. You have to be willing to follow your curiosities and your interests and relentlessly build and build and build. And the way that you get feedback to know where to go and which turns to make and which direction to aim is by putting these products and this content out onto the internet to see how the market responds. And guess what? You can look like an idiot over and over and over and over again, and you're going to. If you don't look back at something that you created a year ago and get embarrassed, you're not growing. I try to explain this to people, like the game is 100% mental. It's getting over the mental barriers of caring what people think and procrastinating because you're afraid of how you're going to be perceived by others. Let me put it this way. Once the pain of being a broke nobody outweighs the pain of change and being perceived differently by the people around you, once that pain outweighs that pain, you'll start changing and you'll start doing the things that are necessary to evolve. But the only way to do this is to build the muscle of not giving a fuck, which comes from exercising not giving a fuck. And the way you do that is by putting yourself in situations where you're going to be criticized and you're going to be judged and you're going to be shot down, but you're going to get back up and you're going to get back in the ring anyway. You got to be a warrior with this shit. You might think that just because you're sitting behind a phone or laptop screen that you don't have to become an absolute savage to become successful, but you do, because it takes a very special type of psychology to go against the grain and to go against the crowd. If you've ever heard of tall poppy syndrome, this is when a poppy plant grows above all of the others in a field and it's always the first one to get cut down. Just like in society, when you actually start standing out and doing things differently than everybody else, people are going to look at you funny. People are going to give you weird attitudes and you're going to ask yourself, oh man, am I really good enough? No, you're not yet, but you get better by failing. People think that failure is a reason to stop, that it's a signal to stop going. Failure is the reason to keep going because it's a prerequisite for success. Losers are losers because they sit on the sidelines so afraid to fail and lose that they just stay losers, when the biggest successes are actually the people that have failed the most, have lost the most, have thrown themselves into the fire the most. And so instead of getting crushed by this mountain of failures, successful people are people that have actually failed 100, 1,000 times more than these losers, but they're just standing on top of their failures and saying, look at all these failures that I have. That's what success is. It's being willing to fail over and over and over and over again, but to fail forward and to actually look nakedly at your failures and at your flaws and say, all right, where do I suck? Where am I terrible at? What am I not good at? So that I can address these things one by one and start getting better at them and start learning and using the data and the feedback from these failures so that I can start improving and start developing myself so that I can start to accomplish the things that I set out to accomplish. This is how success looks. Have a big goal, set out to achieve that goal, realize that you actually don't know as much as you thought about that goal, realize it's actually going to take a lot more energy and effort and work and suffering to accomplish that goal, think more creatively and strategically how to approach this problem so that you can accomplish the goal, take the data from the failures and reapply that to your strategy and optimize it so that you can go and fail again and repeat that process over and over and over and keep failing forward. This is what it means to be successful, and people have it so twisted because they think that success means avoiding all these failures and hitting that target completely unscathed. That's not what it means. It means finally getting to the target, even if it takes you 5 or 10 years more than you thought it would take you, with all of your battle scars and all of these stories that you can now share with the world and share with those that are coming up and learning and getting their first battle scars. Success is not pretty. Watching YouTube videos that are edited and polished and scrolling on TikTok and seeing people displaying the best versions of themselves looks very sexy and makes you feel depressed because you're looking at fiction. It's not real. And this is the trap. We are all so stuck with consuming and going, oh man, I really wish I had that car. I wish I had that girl. Man, if I just had more money, I'd be able to do all these things. It's fiction. They're harvesting your attention and they're getting paid from it. So the first thing you need to do is get off of the internet and think, What are my interests? What am I good at? What do I have around me that I can use to create and put something out into the world that might have a little bit of value for somebody else? Then going and creating that thing, making it as good as you possibly can, and then putting it out into the marketplace to test to see if it's actually something that somebody wants. And this is called finding product market fit. And I'll give you a hint. The first time you put some stuff out into the internet, people aren't going to like it. In fact, they're probably going to ignore it because it probably sucks. And that's okay. That's the first step to developing something that's great, that the world actually wants, that people are actually interested in, that people might even give you some money for. But the only way to find this out is not by consuming 1 million YouTube videos and listening to 1,000 podcasts. It's by sitting down in the quiet of your room and thinking about what you can make and then just getting to work making it. Whether it's writing a book, painting a picture, shooting a video, the only way to find out what people are interested in is by making stuff, throwing it into the marketplace, and seeing how they respond. And the faster that you can fail and bounce back and optimize your process and get a little bit better, the faster that compounding takes place. But even still, it's gonna take 10 to 20 years to build your digital empire. And I know that's not what you wanna hear. I know you want me to give you the 90-day hack that's gonna make you rich. It's not going to happen, and anybody that's telling you it's going to happen if you just buy their course is full of shit. They are lying to you to drive traffic to their product. The truth is, it's going to be a brutal, ugly, miserable, lonely process. And if you can just embrace that and embrace the character development that it's going to put you through by making you suffer and making you learn which way to turn and how to make your product better and how to stop caring what people think so that you can fail faster, these are the things that will actually make you successful. And if everyone is telling you to jump on some trend that's making them a whole bunch of money, that ship has probably already sailed. You have to find your own path. You have to walk your own path. You have to find your own way. My path is not going to work for you. Your best friend's path, that person from your hometown that went on to be rich, their path is not going to work for you. That influencer who you follow every day, their path is not going to work for you. You can pull insights and wisdom from these people so that you can avoid some of the pitfalls of the mistakes that they made so you don't have to make certain failures. But at the end of the day, there is no experience like getting your hands dirty, because when you start to get your hands dirty, you start to learn for yourself what works and what doesn't. So do yourself a favor and pick something that you're interested in. Maybe you love rock music from the 80s. Maybe you love board games. Maybe you're into yoga or holistic medicine. Maybe you love reading Marcus Aurelius's books. Maybe you write acoustic music and play the guitar. Whatever it is that you do that makes you unique, find those little bits and pieces and put them together and put them out there. And if you don't have ideas of what to create, just document what you're doing on a day-to-day basis and put it out there. You might think your life is boring because it's normal to you, but it's very different from someone who lives 1,000 miles away from you in a different country, in a different time zone, who grew up in a different family, and is sitting on TikTok or YouTube all day scrolling, trying to find videos to learn how to do the thing that you already know how to do. I didn't want to make this a long video. I just wanted to get this point across, that you can literally build a digital empire of these digital assets that make money for you. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's going to be quick. I'm not going to tell you you're going to get rich in 6 months, because you're not. But you can build a digital empire around topics that you're interested in. I put out videos on philosophy. I put out videos for music producers on how to engineer and make their mixes better. I put out videos for entrepreneurs in their 20s or in their 50s that are trying to learn how to use AI to build passive income. And I also post stupid ass memes on my Instagram stories when I find something funny, because that is my brand. You can't put me in a box, just like they can't put you in a box. Take all of your different interests, write them down on paper, and figure out how you can combine them into something unique that can be offered into the marketplace. Make something, put it out, see how people respond, and regardless of how they respond, whether they respond at all, keep doing it over and over and over again until you find that thing that works, and then triple down, and you will be on your way to building your own digital empire. That's it. I'm sorry there's no magic bullet in this video. I'm sorry I might not be telling you what you want to hear, but the truth is, you can build a business around your unique interests, because it's 2025. We literally have AI tools that can do 95% of the heavy lifting for us, whether it's helping you create the visuals for your brand, helping you come up with scripts for videos, helping you connect tools and systems and different third-party plugins and softwares so that your time is freed up and you can be strategic and creative about the big decisions of what to work on and who you want to serve. But you have to get started. If you want to dive more deeply and get more tactical, I have a book called The Digital Garden on Amazon, which shows you how to use AI to create digital assets to help you build brand and passive income. I also have an AI wealth series I just launched on YouTube, and I have a lot more content on the way. So if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you in the next one. And remember, just fucking get started. Take care.